All right. What's up, Matt, or whoever's watching this? It's Garrett, and sorry I couldn't get the time to meet with you at the end of the year to show you how to do stuff. So I'm just making this video just to kind of give you a brief look at like basically what I did every week. Obviously throughout the year you're gonna figure stuff out, um, but I'll just give you a basic display of what you need to do. So first, right here, this is a template I made. Basically, it's everything that I would need to edit or to do extra for a week. Everything else, like the Pledge of Allegiance graphic or the resume graphic, they're all pre-made. They don't have to be made every week. So these are just the ones that you have to change. So the date graphic, I just have here, displays the date, what day number it is, and then there'd be a logo. All I go in here and do every week, just change the text, whatever day it is. Same thing with the day, and then the logo would stay the same. And then just to render this out, do File, Export, you do Add to Render Queue, and then I should have here, you can make custom templates if you want to export it a certain way. If not, you can just kind of click here, select where you want the file to go, and also here for the different settings. You can keep mostly the same. Obviously QuickTime works better with like the Macs and stuff, but there are larger file types, so you can mess around with that. For the intro, same thing as for on the TV. I'll just have each segment names. All you gotta do is change the names, and then same thing for each individual segment graphic. Behind, I put like a little kind of B-roll of what the segment is. I just take the segment from the completed segments folder and just put it here. So I'll just show you if I delete this. If I take an example video file, I can just drag it in. And then I'll import. And I'll just move to the bottom, and then I can adjust it as needed, and it will play behind the video. And then these are just each other segments. These two would stay the same because just how I have it. You can change it however you want, but it's just this is LTV Live and then the LTV Live logo. If you ever see it like this means that the file that it had on record before either doesn't exist anymore or it just lost it. To fix that, you just find the same file name. So I have LTV Live logo, double click on it, and then it should bring up where the footage is, and you can just navigate to wherever you stored that file, import. So just said I found more files that were in the same folder, and the logo is now back. So next we have the graphics for the host. I have the lower thirds for a single host, a double host, and the segment graphic. So for these, all I have is just like a template background graphic, and I just added on text elements, so I can just quickly edit these with whatever I want for each individual host. Same thing for the double graphic. You do edit each host name, and then for the segment graphics, change the segment name, who produced it, and then I just leave LTV Live. Now for these, I have them animated, but it's kind of harder to do that, at least on the TriCaster. Normally what I do is I just save it as a still file. So what I go is to composition and then save frame as file, and it'll give me the option here. It's important with lower thirds or anything that you need a transparent background, you have to set it as a specific output type. So here you want to make sure when you go into the output module, click here where it says channels, make sure it says RGB plus alpha. The alpha will render the data for the transparency. If you just do RGB, it will still render this, but it will also give it a black background, and that doesn't work in the TriCaster. So make sure it says alpha for anything you want to do transparent, whether it's a still graphic or an animation. And then you can just select the file type wherever. I normally just save it as a PNG, but you can pick whatever you want. And so I can't show you this part since I don't have the TriCaster. With all these graphics, at least the ones that are going into the TriCaster, I'll when you go to the project file for LTV Live in the TriCaster, there'll be an option to import. You'll just import all the graphics you made once you save them to the T drive, so you can access them. And then once you are in the TriCaster, there'll be little plus signs at DDR1 and DDR2, and then you can import either the animation or the still graphic.